good to see you. It's been quite a productive day today. I have prepared some aluminium composite panels, and so that was as simple as sanding off the shiny surface to create a bit of a tooth for something for the gesso to bind to, giving it a really good clean. And then I did 3 layers of gesso. It was really stinking hot outside, so the gesso was literally drying as I was brushing it down. I had to work super quickly. Then I cut it up. All you do is hold a ruler over it and literally up and down, over and over, just gently with a Stanley knife, and then snap it. And that's it. You do that, you get your panels to size. So there's no tools needed apart from a ruler and a Stanley knife. So I feel like it's quite an accessible substrate for a lot of people to use. They're really cheap and they're thin and they're strong, they're archival, and because they're so thin, I can store a heap of them in the studio here. That's what's got me the most excited, is that I can just do paintings, and I know that they're archival. I know that I've got space for them. Yep, so that was quite exciting. I also got started on a new wax painting. It's going to be another portrait. The last painting that I did, the last wax painting, which was this one, which I will talk about in another video. You'll see that he's got a boy's body. It's called When Boy Meets Man. It's about kids who sort of grow up around trauma and who are forced to be adults and grown up before their time. So it's quite deep, this. Maybe I'll do a whole video on just yarning about that. But there were lots of techniques that I sort of picked up. I just experiment, and that's what art should be. I think you should be experimenting the entire way through. But there were lots of things that I really liked about this process that I'm going to apply to this new painting. So this new one's quite early on, and I'm sure I'll have the B-roll footage to show you that. But so far I've just gone in with one layer. I had a few, my face was very mildly mapped out. I sort of had a mirror, I think last week. I got the eyebrows in. I think it's quite important to get the frame of the eyes. I don't know what any of it's called. I had the nose, the shape of the nose, and the moustache. I think that was it. And from a distance, and these cheek bones here. And from a distance, I could see me, and even my kids said, "Oh, is that you?" So that's a good sign. So that's exciting to get this one started. I think in this coming year, I want to start entering a few competitions. So I'd like to send in to the Archibald, to the what's it called? Anyway, a lot of the different portrait prizes. And I don't expect to get in, but I think that putting yourself out there is so important, right? And who knows, I might. Got to be in it to win it, right? So yeah, that's where I'm at. I've got this new one started. I've got a bunch of composite panels ready to go. I'm going to get stuck into another square one, which is quite an interesting process, but I'll talk to you about that process once I've got it started, which will more than likely be tomorrow afternoon. So I'll talk to you about it then. Tooroo.